Really nice to see everyone. Mhm. You know, as a person, how you kind of sense that the world is crazy, but this is like to a whole different level. Because it's not as obvious to you before. Maybe when you're a child, you're pretty empty, so you're like, why are people acting like this? Why are you doing that? But then you get indoctrinated and then it becomes part of you. So then it's harder to tell. You can play along. You might even like stuff. You might even like the craziness and not even perceive it as craziness anymore. It's just part of you. It's your interest. It's you've built a life around all of these different things. And then it becomes the norm. But perhaps for some, it still feels like something's still off. You never quite belong or you never quite fit in. You never quite fully are able to enjoy something because there's always that background what if or fear or have to hold on to this. It never is just what it is. There's always a relationship going on. I want more of it. How do I keep it? And then there's also the personal aspect of like, do I even deserve this? I deserve more. I deserve the best. Or I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. It always has a flavor, a personal flavor to it. And it's never just what it is. So, anyway, that's just like a little snippet of how insane things can get. But, and when you're going through this, like you see the insanity clearly because you see it within the system really clearly. And it's fully able to be there. It's like, of course it's here. Why wouldn't it be here? And why wouldn't it take time for that to show up over and over and over? It took a lifetime to accumulate. So how can it just disappear in a second? So it's like it's not you, and yet it is you because it's the energy that's there, and it's okay, it's fine. You accept that you are insane in a way. You can't fully accept it. Um, so the one of the nice things about this is like the more that does empty out, and sometimes I don't like using these words that feel like something's happening because it never felt like something was really happening, you know? It just is what it is, and there was a full allowance of it. And and in that it's I don't know, there's less of that energy that's trying to control and manipulate and making it into something and defined by that only. It's just seen more clearly. And over time, it seems like it just falls away or softens in all of these different ways. So the clearer it gets, um, it's nice that you could see the bullshit in everyone. It's nice that you could see the fraudulence in leaders. It's nice that you can't admire and respect and put your, it sounds strange to say, but you're not putting your power to anyone else, you know? You're not trusting another above yourself. You're not escaping yourself. Um, and that transition can be really difficult because there's so much pressure out there and there's a very demanding energy. And we're so used to feeling less than. We're so used to following. We're so used to not trusting this. And and then it becomes comfortable to lean on another, which again, it's fine. You know, I think that you become more in tune with who you trust, because you're also getting clearer and clearer. So you see the bullshit a lot more easily. So in a way, it's fine. You know, it works out. It's okay. And if there's a dynamic that wants to be played out and you both have a lot of motives, you can't see that clearly. You know, it's just there and it plays out until it plays out, until it's not needed anymore. And perhaps that relationship even falls away or it just changes in its dynamic. The reason why you were in that relationship dissolves, and then it's just more what it is. And then another motive might appear. That's kind of played out. And then you kind of see like all of the like personal love toward another. It's shocking that that can diminish and that was actually artificial. I think that's one of the last things that can fall away because I think for the most part, that's what we have focused on. Before, it might have been a belief that, you know, what you achieve and what you get in life is not important. It's the important people in your life. It's it's the meaningful relationships that you have. Um, or in spirituality, you could hear that this is unconditional love, and then it perhaps unconsciously makes you feel like you should kind of love everyone. You should kind of accept everyone, uh, and not see the bad, not admit to the bad, not talk about the bad. You know, we really do hope that that yeah, people are really good. And I'm not saying they're not. It's not that they're good or bad. It's just that there are motives there. There um there isn't clear seeing there. So they hide a lot of things and they're able to portray an image that is desirable, that will gain more followers, that will be more acceptable for the mass. And it's tricky. You can't see it because they hide their agendas. And perhaps they would even say, like, if you're projecting something onto me, that's on you. So it's almost like discouraging questioning the authority. It's like, no, question it, be suspicious, because there's probably a lot of motives there. And most probably there isn't complete clarity on your part either. And that's okay to admit as well. So question yourself as well. But if someone is blaming it completely on you, uh, that's highly suspicious because there's no need to do that anymore. In a way, I don't care if people project onto me. It's like, yeah, that will happen. Why would I say that? Why would I say that kind of stuff to make you feel bad or less than, or there's just no need for that. So this is a really hard thing to go through because um, the mass majority is used to enjoying. We hear things like you should enjoy life and you should make the most of it, or yeah, a lot of different things. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that that is a normal reality for the person and that's healthy for the person. But where this is going is I didn't know that this was gonna happen. I didn't care if it did happen. It was actually more like, oh, fuck. Like, why? Why is the enjoyment out of this going? Or why is the interest of this going? And now what? Like, what else can go? Um, But then you simultaneously see and feel the freedom of that, like not needing that in order to entertain yourself or escape this. The body becomes clear, it becomes lighter, and you make no sense to people. And you have not so much to say because I just don't have interest or anything that's like meaningful to me anymore. And you'd be surprised that that is so freeing. Um, so it's this is not to make you feel bad if you do have interest and you're excited about things, like go for it. Be excited. Like, yeah, that's beautiful. It's wonderful. There was never a suppression of it here. If there was still the energy to do it, it was done. And partially, sometimes perhaps you could sense the suffering of it or the complexity that it produces. Um, and there was kind of just a natural wanting to not engage in those messy situations and circumstances because I could see you could feel what it does to the body now a lot more clearly. And it's just not preferred in the same way. And the energy in the body is depleting in a way as well, that personal energy to really be involved in the world. So something internally still feels like it's drawing you back. And there are these little moments where you feel like, oh, I'm done. Um, and there was a belief here that like, oh, okay, now I could go into life again and just like be normal, but not have the personal energy or something like that. And, there's like a trying of that, but no, you can't. It just depleted the energy even more. It showed me more clearly the complication is just not worth it. It's a burden. It's not for you. Um, you see what it does to the body. It's not personal suffering anymore. It doesn't mean anything about me. There isn't the narratives of ownership, but there is still like subtle suffering that can come from that stuff. And it's like, no, I don't want or need that in my life anymore. So it can't go far, but yeah, then you also see like you have no control when it goes. It plays out on as far as it plays out, you know? You can't dictate that stuff anymore. You could never dictate that stuff, but it felt like you could. It felt like you had more control, more ability to manipulate things. And then it's seen more clearly that those who are able to control and manipulate things really, really well, that's because they're a solid person. They're like in solid delusion. And it really appears as if they have made their life the way that they want. Um, and that's part of the breaking down of like, it's nice that you can't believe anyone. It's nice that you can't really be jealous of people who like have a lot of stuff because it's like how much suffering is actually there even if they don't recognize it. um and it's clear to you like I don't want that anymore anyways. I'd rather 1000% have this however you want to say it, like Yeah, none of that stuff was going to ever fulfill, anyways. Well, that's why when you hear the person saying weird stuff, like you need to really want this. You need to go for it. You need to dedicate everything to this. It's like that energy is such the opposite of what this is. So clear to you that that's like intense personal energy. And that clarity is just nice. It clears everything up. It really does. And I say this really lightly. I um I don't want to make anyone feel bad. In a way, everyone is like this. Every person is like this. So it's not personal at all. That's not how it's coming off here. But I was just sitting with my mom and she's not usually like this, but I know that underneath the surface it's still kind of there. She just doesn't express it like every day. But she's telling me how to what my facial expression should be like and what's more attractive and what's more acceptable and don't do this and um um it's time to get married. And yeah, it's all fine, but that's what everybody is doing. Everybody. This is okay. This isn't okay. Look like this. Don't look like this. And so it's really clear that spirituality is doing the exact same thing. Don't react like this. You would act like this if you were actually awake. It's so sad. It's everywhere. Yeah, it makes no sense to me when people feel like they shouldn't react a certain way because react whatever you want to call it, like energy just happens. It's not in your control. It's not in anyone's control. If you were in control of it, you would never feel anger and sadness and everything else. You would never think certain things. And so, how I can describe reactions, if you want to say, if you want to call it that, um, so one, emotions don't make sense anymore. Like, I don't know what anger is. That's not an accurate description of anything. Not that any word is an accurate description of anything. It's not at all. But so if anger arises, the only thing that has fallen away is I'm bad. I shouldn't stop. Don't think of that person that way. That's the stuff that has fallen away. And the whatever reactivity is here is just here. It's pure. That's it. There's no layer on top of it. And the layer on top of it is not a problem either. That happened as long as it did. And that also wasn't a problem. That wasn't up to anyone. That's from a lifetime of conditioning. That too is just energy. That too is not in anyone's control. It's not you. But I'm just describing like that's the thing that can soften. But the person is still thinking it needs to get rid of the reaction. It needs to get rid of the thoughts. It needs to get rid of certain thoughts, certain feelings. Um, that's all the person is doing. It's trying to stay present. It's trying to have an experience. It's trying to see that there are no solid things. It's not possible. It makes no sense. Those are natural side effects. These are natural side effects that just happen. And chasing them is the same as chasing a fucking facial expression so that people like you. It's just, again, manipulation and control. Yeah, it's so sad how spirituality becomes the most caging thing. It produces so much suffering and people can't see it. That's the sad thing about it. They love and admire the teacher. And I'm not saying sometimes it, energetic things can happen and trauma can be released, but then it's projected on the teacher as if everything that they're saying is truth and that you cannot oppose anything. And this like love and admiration is just outpoured toward them as if they cannot do any wrong, as if they did that. And I'm not dismissing that kind of stuff. Like life is so difficult. We've been so locked down and caged down that releasing of those traumas is a really beautiful thing to undo some of the nonsense of society. But then you're in another cage that you don't know because it is you now of spirituality, of another kind of cult, another kind of way to be, way to appear, what to say, what's okay and what's not okay. So basically, that was really long. And I don't want this platform to be that. So please just be yourself, express whatever you want. If there are questions, just ask them. Like, I sometimes hear from people like asking questions is just not useful. And then they just suppress themselves. And I'm like, oh my God, just have a conversation. ah, you hear so much nonsense. Jesus. Hey, Ramad. Nice to see
Nice.
you.
Beautiful, just everything.
Hmm.
I know you said words weren't really much, and there's been a really big shift this past week.
Hmm.
I know now, like because for the longest time how I processed everything was through words, right? That's how the brain uses it's energetic. But like it's not even here anymore.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I'm okay. I just a little overwhelmed sometimes, and that's okay.
I know. Yeah, that makes total sense.
It's so obvious that the unfolding was never separate from here, or the body, or the ideas, or the external. And I almost now can feel into the unfolding, knowing that that's all really that can be felt. Nothing actually sticks besides that slight this right now. I'm getting to know her. Um, she's a crazy girl, but also she's quiet at times, you know. Most of the time she's quiet, which I appreciate.
Wait, who
But
is she?
the gentleness, the unfolding, I call her her.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. But she allows everything, and I see that she's me, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, she's you. I was talking to a friend, my age. It's not very productive talking to people in general about this. I'm just learning. It's just not.
Yeah.
Um, and I said, there's no way to relate to anything anymore. And I think there was a lot of like sadness about that weeks, months ago, but there's less of a need to relate now. I almost rather than not relate. I never was related. When you talked about like the stories and the motives, right? The motives here being so clearly, like first of all, they had to be seen here, right? Like that's where it started, obviously. And yeah, it was shocking, but I could make space for it. Luckily, here it was just I just had to make space for it, right? It just took a little bit of time, but um, now there's space to see most things. And looking at my life, like I was in an orphanage till I was 2 in Moscow, and then I was adopted by a Southern American family when I was 2, and it's a story, but I think it feels right now as it plays so much into how I'm here because from the start it was always like a need outside of like what was here. Like my parents just had a need. I happened to be in the right place at the right time, and it was quite apparent as time went on that that was all that was. It was never about me, not from the start. No one actually ever wanted me, right? And that's okay.
Mm.
It's okay. Because when I became fully me with my family, embracing my cultural roots from Tajikistan. My family is a European, French. They don't like my culture, and they would suppress it and they push it down. They
Mm.
say, "No, Josh, that's that you're Catholic, that's Muslim, that's this." So that was a lot of pain, right? Because there was just so like much tightness.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, like just being the human I am and loving the people I love, that was a big deal, right? So they're not there anymore. That's the only way I can really actually forgive them and be in the same space as them if I have to subject myself to it. But I have to hold myself to that same truth. So I'm not here anymore either. And it's fine. There's no like the words don't even actually mean anything. Like that's a story. It doesn't actually represent what's here. I
Mm,
can't know. And it's just nice not fucking knowing. I don't fucking know.
nice. Yeah.
It's so beautiful to see the mind, right? Like, first of all, I had to tell myself the mind's perfect, right? Because there was so much suffering in thinking that I had to actually change the mind and that I had to like be more aware. So here, just the idea is okay, the mind's perfect, receive it. It's perfectly empty, right? It's perfectly empty. So let it fucking arise. The
Mm,
fucking insanity, the the creativity, the whatever is here, you know, but it never could have defined anything. And I think once that energetic opening happened, it just naturally didn't stick. It doesn't stick because it's just now not separate from you.
beautiful. Yeah.
I love language, so I study Spanish, a little bit of Tajik, English, and a little Russian as well. And I've gone back to my home country and found my birth family last year, and I had some pretty intense experiences. And just seeing, I think that seeing just the nature of language, how similar it is amongst humans, and like having that perspective, I think it just emptied it out all the faster, all the faster, all the faster, you know?
Mm, that's cool.
hmm And I met my mother, Gonora John. It was the most painful experience and the most beautiful. And I felt like I was breaking her heart. I almost felt guilty for going and
Mm.
showing up the way I did. And now it's fine, right? It's unfolding. I have a sister there and I give my grandma. Um,
Oh, wow. That's huge.
this was just last year. I was 20 when I found them. I went alone. My American family didn't want to go
Wow.
with me. It's just a story, Suzanne. And like I said, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, right? It just was unfolding.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I think I've seen such a spectrum of emotion that it's like so empty. It's
Mm,
like it's just too much to feel, like good and bad, right? Like I've had some really amazing high points, right? And there was guilt here for a little bit, like, was I so ungrateful to let it all go, to let the illusions go, to let the ideas go, that it wasn't enough for me, right? Especially being this young. There's guilt, right? Wow, he let go of his dreams. He let go of his. He hasn't even started. Like, how is he lazy? Is he whatever
mm,
arises? I just don't. It just doesn't feel the same anymore.
yeah, good.
I felt a little bit of what you said too with the corporate sort of who's in control because oh, I just feel it. So because I work in downtown Seattle, so it's like ultra industrial, like metropolitan vibes, and his actual insanity, like especially the things that they request and ask of me and how to divvy up my time. So it's not just that they're asking me to do all these things, but I have to do it by these times.
Hmm.
I don't relate to time. That's actually impossible for me. So I'm just gonna have to get fucking fired if that happens. I'm sorry. You
Mm.
know, I can't. It's just like my body is done with relating to time in that way. It can't. It just hurts too much. Time fucking hurts.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, it hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's so forced now. If you have to, it's like,
And it feels fake. It's like this isn't fucking me.
mm-hmm.
I talked to my roommate about this too, and he's like, "Why don't you just go off in the woods and live by yourself?" I'm like, honestly,
Yeah, if I could, I would.
right, right. I'm like, I would just like, what? I would just sit down and stare. I don't know, but but I like how you've always made space for the wholeness of it, and like not just the. It's because I got into non-dualism before. I found you with other speakers and it was always like this non-duality that feels whole, always interconnected, always, and it's like there was this belief that was what non-duality was, even though that I don't relate to that anymore. But I would say that's the closest thing I can pinpoint, and that was forcing, like trying to feel
I know.
like what it was already there. It was already there. And when you came and you're like sitting in a graveyard, I'm like, oh, this bitch has something to say. I feel like she's actually she's actually onto something here because I relate to this energy far more. um,
Nice.
yeah, just tired of like the love and light beings. It's like I'm
Yeah.
tired. I can't do it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like oh crazy.
Yeah, it's really exhausting. It's so suppressing. It really is.
If you're not it's like if you're not feeling great and you're in your person, because they call a lot of it like hell, then you have to raise your vibration and feel into it's like what the fuck.
It's madness. Yeah.
I try like, and people probably thought I mean people think I'm crazy now with this, but I mean I think I look crazier than trying to do that and position my body in a certain way and all these weird things.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. In the seeming transition of this for you, when you have sort of that felt sense of I'm done, right? Because I feel like that's kind of where I'm at now. What are some gentle ways to kind of like help yourself through that? And I know it's a story, but I'm just trying to do what I can.
Mm. Beautiful. Yeah. It's hard. Um, because I feel like that deep sense of I'm done is the thing, the catalyst that really starts to empty out the system. So it's not like that feeling goes. It's more that it might stay while it keeps emptying out. Um, because that was the original thing. Like when we're born, let's say, we don't have a lot of meaning, like reasons for why we're living. It's just life. There's no reason. I don't need a reason. I'm not trying to get a reason, but it gets dumped on us. You have to have purpose. You have to have meaning. You have to have drive. You have to go for this. And then it instills in our body like, ah, it's like a drug. It's like an amplified artificial high in a way. So then when you're deconstructing all of that, your body's not going to have that high. It's it might kind of feel low in a way.
I honestly can feel into that more right now, the lowness of it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's very normal. Um, that place kind of helped deconstruct all of my hopes and dreams and concepts of happiness and fulfillment and in subtler and subtler levels, even to the way the face looked. I couldn't artificially smile anymore. I couldn't um, manufacture energy. I used to feel like I could like be like, yes, I'm gonna be energized. But no, it was more like the body's just more exhausted, it's more tired, it's probably undoing all of the years of that like I'm amped, I'm positive, I'm um and the system does really get used to that. It becomes a new norm and you see how that's the foundational way the body actually functions. It's very healthy, it's very basic, no frill. From the outside, people will look at you like there's a problem, but then you kind of get used to that as well.
I've always felt like a
Um,
problem, so it doesn't matter, you know?
I
That's I'm
know.
so
Yeah.
used to that. It just doesn't matter. So that's
That's
that's so
good.
beautiful about this experience is I don't have to worry about some of the stuff because it's already been so dense here with things. Yeah, it's so I think I'm trying to give space for that lowness, and the body is self-soothing through like different ways. But if it's possible, I want to try to intend just to give that doneness more space, you know, because I think that's just kind of where it's pulling me anyways. Like I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And for me, there was a lot of even little remnant fighting, like, no, I want to engage in the world again. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be part of this. And it
Yeah.
was fine. It was fine. I did it, if there was enough energy to do it. Um, yeah, if anything, it was just opportunities to see things in a different way.
That's kind of what I attempt to focus on if that arises.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, the hard part of this is like you're basically losing everything familiar to you, but you don't know, it's not completely stable like the true emptiness of this, which is beautiful without the fucking label of beauty. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh wow, it's like really clear and like everything that I was fighting in my mind and doubting and uh questioning, it all really does clear on its own because all the hierarchy, all the this and that, am I going somewhere? Am I doing enough? Am I all of that kind of just settles on its own. So it's like, oh wow, yeah, this is interesting. And the thing that came to me over and over was like, it's just hard to make money here because you're not driven. You don't want to make anything of yourself. Uh, you don't care. um, so that was a recurring thing that came over and over. Like, okay, how the fuck do people live here? And uh, yeah, and there were times where it's like I don't know if I could do this anymore. I think I said that a million times, and I
Oh,
really
I've
I
been
really
saying
felt
that.
it. Yeah. Yeah, I really like meant it. Because I just didn't know what tomorrow would bring, like how the body would feel. It always ended up fine, but I'm not gonna lie, like there were moments of struggle, It was like, holy fuck, this is
Yeah.
difficult.
I've had a kind of an alarming situation that happened a couple of weeks ago. because I just was letting the body feel what it had to. And it went to some pretty some deep depths, but it was clear that it had to be felt, right? And there was nothing to know about it. But I'm okay. And it's I think loosening, like the fact that I can talk about it now, really, because I mean it's hard to even admit that that's here, but it is, you know. But um it's not it's not defined. Like the words are loosening. This was about a month ago, yeah. But whatever. And there was guilt too. Like, how could I have let myself get that far? How could I have let myself? What does that say about this? But it's okay. Like, the body just wanted to feel better. That's it. And it had to
Mm,
feel as close as it could get to what was next for it to say, I can stay. And that's okay. People don't talk about that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I my whole life I struggled with like why can't I just be happy like everyone else appears? Who knows if they're really happy, but they're able to pretend a lot more and enjoy the distractions of life to an extent where they don't have to go searching for anything deeper, or the system isn't rattled enough to see that something's off. And it affected my life a lot. Like I couldn't succeed in anything, at least not for very long, you know? So then, yeah, it's normal that there would be a narrative of like what's wrong with me, and I should try harder, and it's just because I'm not driven enough and I need to focus more, and that is what everyone else is saying. So then it's like, of course you're gonna buy into that or doubt yourself like crazy. Um, yeah. And then like you say, it becomes more and more okay because the body itself can feel that what all of that excess doing was actually doing to the body. It was twisting it like crazy. Um, that is the trauma that everyone is holding. And yeah, I guess you taste the relief of it in little increments. So then it becomes like, yeah, maybe ultimately like this is the best thing that can happen for the body.
Yeah. I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, your answers were clear.
Because if I think back, which is another nice thing that you could do, the clearer it gets, is like things start to make a lot more sense from the past. And yeah, every time I artificially pushed because I felt that pressure from someone or internally, it, I really fucked up the body. I really fucked up myself. I became more traumatized. I hated myself more. And then I tried to love myself, which is like impossible. And it was, it just got more and more twisted, more and more twisted.
Oh, that love yourself is impossible. I learned that this year too. Because before, like when I was in the Love and Light Guru, I was like, why can't I love myself? Like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
But you can't love something that's so infinite and unknowable. Love is such a superficial attempt to be in this.
Nice. Yeah.
I've learned that, but that's scary to say, right? There's no way to actually love this.
Yeah. I mean, what you're loving or as a person, like what they're trying to love is unknowable. So you're like, one, you're artificially defining something and trying to love it
Right.
when it's fleeting, it's changing. It's not,
It's not fixed. Exactly. It's so clear that we're just like vibrations too. Like I'll see the body shiver. I'm like, I'm literally vibrating. Like there's no one
Mm,
here. That's
mm.
crazy.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know? It's so clear. And just seeing like others also shiver. In Uzbek culture, there's a really beautiful traditional style of music called lezge, and it's about the sort of creation of the universe, and it means like tremble. And so that's kind of how I see this. This is just everyone's just trembling, you know? It's like
Mm,
it's this vibration, you know? Um, but anywho, this was super clear.
I love that.
The body feels great right now, and I'm always just super happy to talk to you, Suzanne.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You're so
Okay.
cool.
You're so cool. Take care.
All right. Bye. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, everybody.
It's nice to see you.
You too. Yes, I'm feeling between the description and prescription, or the mind turns the description into prescription, and to feel that right at the edge of it.
Oh, nice.
There's also like the oscillation between forgetting that something is existing or happening, and then the mind is the remember, as if it makes this that what used to be called real, and now it feels less real, but I understand why it was framed as real in the past.
Mm.
Turns it into something that this has to be tracked.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's important, so it keeps monitoring it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, there's like a personal, like these like koans just come up here, and one of them was what makes significance significant, and I can't find it. It's happening, but I can't find it. There was a history here, I think I share with you, but like when things in the story of this person were fully, like if somebody were watching a movie of this life would say that was the worst part or something, with the sex trafficking and the religious torture and all that was happening, and the violence, and then watching the violence occur and then get transmitted, and like, and seeing it as a little person, but not including myself in the mix, like so I could see the innocence of everyone else, but it never applied here. And then last night, so there's all this whatever is happening, why we're here, whatever, that is very intimate and visceral and wild here. And then it got seen out kind of for the first time out to others. Already there was so little fear because of what was happening here. Like it's fun to sometimes take this out to play. Like I went to this authentic relating thing, which is so comical. I mean, they're just doing what I used to do too as a therapist. Like they're problematizing, like looking for a problem to solve. It's very cute.
Mhm.
Um, but it's fun to be out around people because then it's experienced that like what's not here anymore that used to be painful, or to like look at someone and have nothing, like forget that this is here. It's like very nice. It's like having a new outfit and you go out on the town or something.
Mm.
And then yeah, and then last night there was I'm not gonna remember it, but or like even here in this group in the past, there was more, didn't realize how much there was an assumption or belief that in each box there was a person that, I don't know how to explain it, but that is not here right now. And so yeah, there was like something akin to fear, I guess, that I didn't know was there. That, I guess, yeah, is what's been like, you don't know it until it's gone. And it might come back, I don't know, but the this just being this applies everywhere. And then the mechanism that is this, just this, that says that this is something else or should be something else is also, but that doesn't make a person. It doesn't make a person here. It doesn't make a person there. So like, yeah. So then there's like somewhat round things with dots and a line in different boxes with colors behind them, um, and people might have facial hair. I think that'd be fun. I have a mole that sometimes one hair grows out of. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a good old Polish grandma. I'm gonna have a mole because I'll lose my vision and I won't be able to see it, and it'll just keep growing.
Nice.
people be uncomfortable, look at me, it'll be wonderful. And it spread to body parts too. So understandable. There was so much meaning put on sexual body parts because of what happened here. But like just seeing these like furry patches or like kind of like facial hair, like there are people that have like these little mushrooms between their legs, and it's like, oh, that'd be fun to have a mushroom. But I have a furry patch. It'd be fun to have a mushroom. What's it like to have a mushroom? Yeah. Yeah, there's like such terror and excitement to say that. It's even more intense. There's been terror and excitement to say the word hate, to say I hate things. Like I wasn't allowed to hate things. And it doesn't mean anything when it's said, it just the word wants to be used. But it's like empty when it's said. But yeah, there's like something happens in saying the truth that all the body parts are the same. They don't mean anything.
Yeah, I had the same thing where I couldn't, there was something about hate. There was something about the anger that I felt toward another that was suppressed, that and then it felt just wrong and bad in the body. And then that's when you can tell like uh it's such a shame because it doesn't mean that we'll do anything bad. There's nothing wrong with hate. There's nothing wrong with any of that. And especially if people are going to emphasize love, there will be hate. It comes together, you know?
Mm.
So it's like they're so lost that they just focus on the love and then they're not admitting that there is actually hate because there is.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it just comes and goes on its own. And it's yeah, the mind will seems to put it places, but I don't know. I don't know if it is always, sometimes, or never related to anything, or if it's just happening. 'Cause it just seems to have just yeah, all the energies just seem to um come and go. Yeah. Tired or alert or bliss or neutral or agitated. Yeah, and they feel into, and it tips, like there's a tipping into thoughts stuff. Like then now in this moment, people are more people, just all of a sudden. And then like a thrill.
Yeah, isn't it nice just to say what's
Yeah,
going on?
it's immediate. So, I mean, it must be nice to say, I guess. I don't know. Well, yeah, it must be. It's not nice to not get, it's not nice to not get to say. That's if it's wanted to be said. And then there's some interrupting saying it that is less pleasant, I think. Yeah. There were so many years, I've been in Sex Acts Anonymous for like 16 years. And there were so many years of this, like saying what happened again and again. And some people, oh, you're so brave. Or some people, oh, you're oversharing. Or some people, that's triggering. You shouldn't share that. And yeah, it was just a recalibration. What wasn't allowed to be said back then. So it was just a talking because talking couldn't happen before. It feels like it was just a kind of like with the hate. It's just or if there's like, you had talked about like eating or, like if it was restricted, there's just a recalibration. So yeah,
Mm,
sometimes talking seems to just be a recalibration.
nice. Yeah, I kind of remember like since my biggest trauma was like sexual, there was such an attempt at from the personal perspective to heal that and then to put it away, but it wasn't that it was gone. I just wanted it gone, you know?
Mm.
And then when this started to happen, there was actually an excess of talking about that stuff because it's like I didn't really heal it. I just wanted it to be gone. I tried to heal it, but then I wanted it to be gone. And then it was like a freedom of expression of that stuff. And yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, I think there's still some of that happening around the conditioning around what was being talked about earlier, you and with like the, I don't know, I lost it.
Mm.
Yeah, lots of conditioning here to like make other people feel something supposedly better,
Mm.
more comfortable or something. The thought came up earlier about um, Republicans and Democrats,
Mhm.
and like Republicans thinking like Democrats. What I remember somebody saying, I don't know if it's from a song. Oh yeah, my ex-husband who had depression. He's like, at least I have the decency to hate myself. He used to say that. So I don't know if that was from a song or where, like, as if it's better to turn it inward. As like Democrats like
Oh.
turn it in. Like I know all these actors, they turn it in, and it's like,
Mm.
and then they consider Republicans unkind because they turn it out, and then Republicans consider Democrats stupid because they turn it in. So like so my Republican family think that the Democrats are stupid, and the Democrat family think the Republicans are unkind.
Mm.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that because it is kind of like um most people, like the good people, they do turn it more inward, but then because really as the person, like you're psychotic, you're really psychotic, but then it just turns into inward
Yeah.
toward the self, and then it's not necessarily um both are harmful. Everything's
Yeah,
just it's all
exactly.
harmful.
Yeah, and this just happened to like whatever the confluence of events, this just happened to go in. So like people meet me and they hear my story. Like the last person I was dating, he's like, he was so suspicious for a while that this person could be nice given what happened here.
Mm,
And it's like, well, I'm not nice. I'm mean. It just goes this way.
mm. Yeah, yeah.
So he's like not wrong, but like, but he didn't have to like, yeah, I don't know, just funny.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I
Mm-hmm.
appeared really nice,
Mm-hmm.
but internally, like, man, how harsh I was to myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like the manipulation here just had a certain has a certain flavor. Oh yeah. So this was what I don't remember. So I said the first part earlier, and I don't remember what that was, and I forgot the second part. Now I'm remembering the second part, but I don't remember what the first part was. But um, um, it's happening here around the like this, and like I think the last time you and I spoke, there was something like it came up around like being pretty or attractive, like something. It's more that like niceness conditioning that is manipulation, like um, or turns into manipulation or something, like trying to uh make other people have an experience or something. Um, like that this has to or has to like there's like conditioning to appear attractive so that this message, because like the social conditioning, attractive people are uh, something. I don't know what the next words are, but um yeah, so it'll happen around like what the conditioning around what is put out and also what is withheld still. So like it reminds me of like internalized sexism or homophobia or racism or something, right? Like this is doing it to itself, like to yeah. So those ideas are still there, but they can't really fruit very well anymore. It just the process is happening how it happens. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
Everything you're just oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, everything you're describing, it came up 1,000 times in different ways for here as well. Like all the people, I was more conscious of it before and it affected the body. Now I would say it's not even conscious, but the body does still react. And it's so obvious, like you're never in control of it. It never had to go away. It never meant anything, you know?
Yeah.
It does. It affects how the body is when you're in front of a couple people as opposed to one on one, you know?
Yes. And it's like speaking as if all the other variations of expression don't have, but they do. It's like highlights certain ones as, but yeah, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, this also went to like this ecstatic dance thing. And like so fun to be ugly too. Like as I get older, I have little bye-bye arms, and I was like, like waving the bye-bye arms, like showing them off to the world, look at those, like, and then feeling the sensation of them, and like sticking the belly out, and yeah. Or like at the authentic relating thing, we had to like pick a number who was going to share, and I was like, I'll pick number 2 because I can feel I need to poop soon. Like it's just like the things that don't I don't know. I don't know what. But like I guess just like ugly gets whatever society says ugly gets it's expressed also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
But then the mind will make something of mascara. I don't know. So interesting. Yeah. Ooh, it's so vivid. The like warmth, and then other people share, and then the don't say goodbye, and ah is a little dance.
Mm.
Like what like this. I love eating, making my meal a mini buffet, and like what flavor is going to be last? Am I going to go for the potatoes or the carrot? Like, oh, they're different. Which one? Which one is going to be the last? Hurrah! I'm going to say goodbye now.
Okay, bye. Yeah, so cute. Thanks so much, Sarah. It's so sweet.